Welcome everybody to a super sweet, old school 90s box break. This is actually my very first box break group box break I've ever run. And it probably will show by my sucky camera work and whatnot. I'm using a first generation flip video. I did just change the batteries, but I'm a little worried about any technical difficulties, so I'm just going to get right into it here. And this is with some of the guys from Freedom Cardboard. If you're into 90s cards or are interested in doing a box break such as this, you should check out Freedom Cardboard and we'll be glad to have you. Again, 1998 Topps Tek, 20 packs in a box, 4 cards per pack. And what we're really looking to do here is a little treasure hunting, trying to uncover some of these diffractors that are still out there after all these years. About the going rate right now for a box is $160, according to a couple recent sales. There's a Griffey. Interesting advertisement. Maybe I'll include one of these for each of the guys. 7 of us total drawing. We broke up the lots into teams, and then we did a little player for player trading. I can see right now we've got our first diffractor. They're not marked, not serial numbered, but Sandy Alomar. Scott Rowland, Kevin Brown, Vinny Castilla. I was under the impression that diffractors were 4 per box, but once I actually got the box in hand, not necessarily, because it's Caminiti, Fulmer, Maddox, and I'll pull those apart later, Aramis Ramirez. But diffractors are actually 1 in 6 packs, and since there's 20 packs in a box, I guess really only 1 in 3 boxes have 4. So here's hoping we're 1 in 3. It's an A-Rod. Ellis Burks. And Jeter. So there's some nice base in that pack. The base that seems to sell the best as singles are Ripken and Jeter, not surprisingly. And then diffractors are just all over the board depending on who's out there collecting them. Nomar, Cruz Jr., Bernie, and Olerud. Might be a little too high when I'm opening these. I'll bring it down here. There we go. Piazza, Hinch, King. As you can see, there's some duds in this set. And there's Barry Bonds. Since there are 90 cards in the set, and you only get 80 cards in a box, we won't be seeing every player. And I wonder if it's even possible to get triplicates. Ben Grieve, David Justice, Jim Edmonds, and Mark Kotze. This is actually a really good product to do just a small box break on because it's so easy to break it up into teams, or into lots, I should say. Here's our next diffractor. Frank Thomas. That trade is looking good for me now. Hey, there's an Albert Bell. Pattern 65. Ivan Rodriguez. Paul Konerko. So at least we got 1 star out of this is a diffractor. Orlando Hernandez, Sammy Sosa, Robin Ventura, Quentin McCracken. If you're wondering why Quentin McCracken's in a set, it looked like Topps wanted to get at least 1 player from each team. They left out some big names. Here's a Mark Grace for Grace Collector. Speaking of which, that's one of our participants today is Grace Collector, along with Captain Feathersword, who I had never met before, Andy Brewer, Delicious Bacon, Win545, and Man's Game. Scott Rowland, there's a Bagwell, Tino, there's 5 cards in this pack. Cool. Langford, Cruz Jr. again, Lofton, Biggio, and Schilling. I hope there's not been 5 all along and I'm just confused. Yeah, apparently I'm just confused. Canerco, Javi Lopez, Kerry Wood, Andrew Jones, Vladi, so if you try to do a group box break on 99 Tek, that's kind of tough because you only get 1 really good card out of there usually. One of the golds. There's Manny, Dante, Brady, Buhner, Tomei, some of the recent market action on diffractors. A PSA 10 Ripken recently sold for, I thought, the bargain price of $75. But then again, I don't think PSA grading really goes with Tek. I don't think it really adds a premium. Derek Lee, like it does for other sets. Renteria, Randy Johnson, Tony Gwynn. That is pattern 37 for the Gwynn Collector. And Tony Clark. And if you can hear that in the background, that's my cat having a hairball. Excuse that. Glaus, Larkin, Dunwoody, and Ripken. Well, see, there's 4 cards in this. I swear we were getting 5 cards in some of the packs. We're down to just 5 packs, and we're still expecting at least 1 more diffractor. There it is, Javi Lopez. Frank Thomas, Brian Jordan, and Pedro Martinez. I swear, that's like the 4th pattern we've seen of this one. I wonder how boxes or packs were collated or whatever that word is. Have my eye on a box of 1998 Leaf Fractal Materials for maybe a group box break. Pudge Rodriguez, Edgar Martinez again, Mike Mussina, Clemens. So if that works out, keep an eye out. Jeremy Burnitz. For our Burnitz collector, that's pattern 76. Palmero. Moises Alou, Tim Salmon. Tom Glavine, Manny Ramirez, Larry Walker, and Matt Williams. Well, I was hoping we would have some better diffractors than we got. And I was hoping to spread the love more than just me getting the Frank. And yeah, it looks like just the 3 diffractors. If a deal like this pops up again, I'll snag it and do it again. Juan Gonzalez, Paul Molitor, Mark McGuire, and Todd Helton. Well, thanks, guys. I hope you had fun. I know I had fun with the whole trading player for player aspect. Again, keep an eye out for maybe me doing another box break with some fractal materials. And I'll probably do it somewhat similar with lots, and we can trade players. But I'll get this up at Freedom Cardboard with a full list, and let's review the diffractors. Javi Lopez, Frank Thomas, and Sandy Alomar. Thanks, guys, and I'll check you later.